For many people, waking up in the morning is no longer a refreshing experience. Even after what should have been a full night of sleep, the body still feels heavy. The mind feels slow. There is a lingering sense of fatigue that does not seem to go away. At first, it is easy to dismiss. Perhaps it was just a poor night of sleep. Maybe stress played a role. But when this feeling begins to repeat day after day, it becomes harder to ignore. The question naturally arises, why does the body still feel tired, even after getting enough rest? To understand this, it is important to recognize that sleep duration and sleep quality are not the same thing. Many people focus on the number of hours they spend in bed, assuming that more time automatically leads to better recovery. However, the body relies on specific stages of sleep to restore energy. During deep sleep, the body repairs tissues, supports the immune system, and restores physical energy. During rapid eye movement sleep, often referred to as REM sleep, the brain processes information, regulates emotions, and resets mental function. If these stages are disrupted, the body may not fully recover, regardless of how long a person remains asleep. Modern habits often interfere with these essential stages without people realizing it. Exposure to screens before bedtime, for example, can affect the body's natural sleep signals. Light from devices can delay the release of hormones that promote sleep, making it more difficult for the body to enter deeper stages of rest. Stress is another important factor. When the body is under constant stress, it produces higher levels of certain hormones that keep the brain alert. Even during sleep, this heightened state can prevent the body from fully relaxing. As a result, a person may appear to sleep through the night, but the quality of that sleep is reduced. In addition to sleep quality, daily mental activity plays a significant role in how tired a person feels. Many people experience what can be described as mental fatigue. Throughout the day, the brain is constantly processing information, messages, notifications, decisions, and responsibilities. This continuous stimulation can leave the brain feeling overwhelmed. Unlike physical fatigue, which often improves with rest, mental fatigue can persist even after sleep. The brain may not have enough time to fully recover, especially if the same cycle repeats every day. Over time, this creates a constant sense of tiredness that feels difficult to explain. Another contributing factor involves how the body manages energy throughout the day. Eating patterns, for example, can influence how stable energy levels remain. Sudden increases in blood sugar followed by rapid drops can lead to noticeable fluctuations in energy. When energy drops quickly, the body responds with feelings of fatigue, even if the person has recently eaten. Hydration also plays a role that is often overlooked. The body depends on adequate fluid levels to maintain circulation and support normal function. Even mild dehydration can affect concentration, mood, and overall energy. Because these effects develop gradually, they are not always immediately recognized. Breathing patterns can also influence how energized or tired a person feels. Shallow breathing, which is common during periods of stress or prolonged sitting, may reduce the amount of oxygen reaching the body. Over time, this can contribute to a subtle but persistent sense of fatigue. These factors rarely occur in isolation. More often, they interact with each other. Slightly reduced sleep quality, combined with mental overload, unstable energy levels, and mild dehydration, can collectively create a state where the body never feels fully restored. This is why fatigue can persist, even when it seems like enough sleep has been achieved. Understanding this broader picture allows for a different perspective. Instead of focusing only on sleep duration, it becomes possible to look at the overall patterns that influence energy. And in many cases, small adjustments in these patterns can lead to meaningful improvements. When fatigue becomes a daily experience, it is natural to look for a single cause. However, the body rarely operates in such a simple way. Persistent tiredness is often the result of multiple small imbalances rather than one major problem. One of the most common yet unnoticed contributors involves nutrient levels in the body. Certain vitamins and minerals play an essential role in supporting energy production. When these levels are slightly below optimal, the effects may not be dramatic, but they can still influence how a person feels over time. For example, some nutrients are involved in the process by which the body converts food into usable energy. Others support the health of the nervous system, helping signals travel efficiently between the brain and the body. When these processes are not functioning at their best, fatigue can become more noticeable. Another important factor involves the body's internal rhythm. The body follows a natural cycle that helps regulate sleep and wakefulness. When this rhythm is consistent, energy levels tend to follow a predictable pattern. However, irregular schedules, late-night activities, and inconsistent sleep times can disrupt this balance. As a result, a person may feel alert late at night, but struggle to feel fully awake in the morning. This mismatch between the body's internal signals and daily routines can contribute to ongoing fatigue. Physical activity also has a strong influence on energy levels. It may seem counterintuitive, but low levels of movement can actually make the body feel more tired. Regular movement supports circulation, improves oxygen delivery, and helps regulate many of the systems involved in energy production. Without enough movement, these systems may become less efficient. The body begins to conserve energy rather than generate it, leading to a persistent feeling of low vitality. Emotional and psychological factors should not be overlooked. Ongoing stress, worry, or mental pressure can create a background level of tension that the body carries throughout the day. Even when a person is not actively thinking about these concerns, the body may still be responding to them. This ongoing state of alertness can interfere with both rest and recovery. Over time, it can contribute to a feeling of being constantly tired, even in the absence of obvious physical exertion. It is also important to consider how habits accumulate over time. Small patterns repeated daily, such as irregular sleep, prolonged screen exposure, limited movement, and inconsistent eating, can gradually shape how the body functions. While each individual habit may seem minor, their combined effect can be significant. The good news is that this process can work in the opposite direction as well. Just as small habits can contribute to fatigue, they can also support recovery when adjusted thoughtfully. Simple changes, such as spending a few minutes in natural light after waking, maintaining regular meal times, and creating a consistent sleep routine, can help realign the body's internal systems. Drinking enough water throughout the day, incorporating light movement, and allowing time for mental rest can further support this process. These adjustments do not produce immediate, dramatic changes. Instead, they gradually create an environment in which the body can function more efficiently. Over time, energy levels begin to stabilize, and the constant sense of fatigue may begin to fade. Perhaps most importantly, persistent tiredness should not always be interpreted as a personal failure or a lack of discipline. In many cases, it is simply a signal that the body is out of balance and in need of support. By approaching fatigue with curiosity rather than frustration, it becomes easier to identify the factors involved and make meaningful changes. The body has a natural ability to restore itself when given the right conditions, and sometimes the difference between constant exhaustion and steady energy lies not in doing more, but in adjusting the small things that happen every day.